Can we talk about one more person? Trent
Of course.
Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold. People are talking about he's already looking at his move. He's already playing. His mind's already on Real Madrid. I don't think that's the case. I just think he was just terrible for the day. He had an off day. He had an off day. He had an off game. And I'm not saying he's a terrible player, but just call it as it is. He was really bad on the day. And could this be a situation where you see his mind is elsewhere as it is in January? He's getting pre-offered contracts from Real Madrid. Could this affect his performances for the remainder of the season? We're going to have to wait and see. But I think this is something that is going to be on his mind for the remainder of the season. The move to Real Madrid is going to be happening in the summer. I think it is. And everyone can see the writing on the wall. And if he continues to perform this way, it can create some controversy at Liverpool, as the Mo Salah and Van Dijk situation has not created any controversy, but the Trent situation definitely looks like it might. And the way that he responded to his fans after scoring the goal last time, talking about chirping, I don't think he was talking about the media. I think he was talking about his own fan base.
Do you think? Do you think that for Arne Slot, maybe starting Conor Bradley in the cup games the correct thing? Because I thought when Conor Bradley come on and he obviously beat Bruno right down that right-hand side near the byline, put in a decent ball, like Conor Bradley's kind of got like a point to prove. You could see that Trent was just not at the races. I think that's his worst performance offensively. He defending that game was horrendous, but he couldn't even get a pass right. And this is a guy that's renowned for spraying those 70, 60-yard diags, putting in decent crosses from deep. He couldn't even get... I think Jamie Carragher said it on Sky Sports last night that going forward, he was poor. I think not just because they're playing Tottenham next, but I think if you're Liverpool, like, and a player's not at it or got his head at the moment elsewhere, why not give Conor Bradley a go? He looks a good player as well, to be fair. Like, he looks like he actually wants to play for the badge. Not saying Trent doesn't, but right now, when you've got all this uncertainty around him, it's going to be difficult. Of course, if you've got Real Madrid saying there's an open checkbook, there's £400,000 a week and a signing on fee of about €6 million. It's any footballer, I don't care who you are, if you're getting that thrown at you, it's going to be hard to concentrate where you are. It's like when you hand in your notice period, right? And you know you're leaving, you know your head's elsewhere. I don't care what anyone says. The truest professional, the last 2 to 4 weeks in your job, you're just sitting there thinking, right, I can't wait to get out of here. That's all you're thinking. So that could be a similar situation that he's in right now.
I felt United yesterday just targeted him. I can't lie. I feel like most of their big chances came down that flank in the first and the second half. Because again, we all know like he's not not a great defender. Liverpool fans try and lie to us and say he's this amazing. He's improved so much that now he's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and he's not. Like he's like 1v1. He's not great, and also sometimes positionally he's not great as well. So yeah, I felt like United went, if we can get at them in some way, we're going to go at Trent. And also what United did really well, which is this magical thing, which is something I've never understood why teams don't do. They just avoided Van Dijk. They just said, wherever he stands, we're just not going to go near it. Because if you don't let him get in the range of like actually being able to make a play on the ball, he's kind of, his ability is negated. When they were crossing the ball in right into the middle of the box, Van Dijk he could just head the ball away because he's going to win that. He's going to win that header every time against Rasmus Højlund. But when United started going, started running down the wing and then cutting it back and setting up a bit deeper when they got into the 6-yard box, they just created so much more space for themselves to be able to operate it. So I thought Amorim had a really good game tactically as a manager. And one thing I do feel a bit bad for with Trent is his own fans won't let him just make a decision. If you guys know he's going to leave, right, cool, whatever. He's going to leave. How does it help your team in the current situation to berate him so much? Because all it's going to do is get in his head, because we all know that these...
Can I say something controversial, which I think only Nobbins ain't that old, but Pete will remember. Social media is making us see it. They're doing to Trent what they did to Steven Gerrard, but it works with Gerrard. It made Gerrard stay. And as much as Liverpool fans don't like to admit this, Gerrard was maybe that comeback as an example, but he was a hair's breadth away from becoming a Chelsea player. But there was a lot of aggression, not so much online. There was forums back then, but not like there are now. But there was a lot of booing and hissing. There was people that turned up at his house. There was, by the way, Man United fans did this to Wayne Rooney as well, by the way. So I'm not sitting here that my fans would never. I feel like Liverpool fans have gone for this approach of we're going to show him frustration and annoyance and anger in the hope that he says, I'm staying. And the problem is maybe Trent's just not motivated the same as Steven Gerrard. Maybe what Trent needs is please don't leave. We love you. Please. Or maybe what he just needs is thanks for everything you've done. Go and enjoy yourself. Maybe I know he's leaving on a free, but that's not his fault that your owners didn't give him a new deal. Because 2 or 3 years ago, he had signed an extension. And when he said 2 years ago, I'm not signing it, they should have sold him. So I do feel a little bit sorry for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think the way some of his fans are treating him is so disrespectful. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like if you watch the like post-game like talk that they have, some of the things I was hearing, I was like, are you mad? Because if this was anyone else operating in their job, you wouldn't act like that. You just wouldn't. If you're imperative to your company and you know that a rival company is offering this amount of money, you're going to go to your company and say, either give me the money that I want or match their offer or whatever, and then we can go from there, or I'm just going to go to the other company. And you would all sit there and go, I'm going to do what's best for me in this current situation. But for some reason, when it comes to football, your life suddenly becomes more important than the player's life. It's they're the one playing the football. You're not. So
it's funny here, right? Sorry, I'll go to you next, Pete. Sorry, mate. Blade here says because he played crap yesterday, Terry. Well, this is the thing, and I want to interact with the viewers on this because, yes, he didn't play well, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, I would say in the last year, has been much sounder defensively. But if we look at Trent from the age of 18 right through till now, yesterday isn't an anomaly. He has had 50 games where you could criticize 1 moment, 2 moments, or multiple moments in his game defensively. But never have I seen Liverpool fans turn on him. Blade, I do not believe that yesterday the angle is purely because of the performance. It's because he is likely to join Real Madrid. And what I thought was interesting and funny as a United fan to see is all the frailties, all the things that we've called Trent out for over the years. Now suddenly Liverpool fans are endorsing those exact same messages about him. And I think it's exposed a lot of things here. And Liverpool fans, look, it's your player, your club. Treat him however you want. But remember, this is the guy that you were all saying 6 months ago, 12 months ago, was the greatest right back in Premier League history. Be careful with the things you say now. Don't damage that argument in future when you want to insert him into that team. You are damaging his legacy by calling out all of these problems and his mishaps and what he's good at and bad at and what he's rubbish at. You're doing rivals' jobs here, and I think that I don't think it's going to work in your favor personally. Sorry, Pete, you were going to speak.